You may disagree, but up to me, it's a fact. You're paying running backs, it ain't no fun in that. Yeah, the sermon about to start, so I hope you know your stats. And if Kev get it wrong, then Rashad gon' have his back with the facts. Matter of fact, all we do is say wins. When wings, congregation say amen. Trades, debates, wins, losses, the latest news, but Prophet Kev speak, he got him saying hallelujah.
Welcome to Preach Kev, Preach with Rashad. We got the Prophets in an episode of the sermon coming at you from Wildcard Sports here on Wildcard TV. Hey, I feel like we're taking a break this week, but I felt like I had to come on and I felt like I had to say something. We're preparing for our Prophet Playoff Theory. We're going to get that out to y'all really soon. But I feel like I had to come out to y'all and tell y'all, man, about this Olympics, even the mock draft. The draft is Thursday. And I wanted to come out to you and tell you about little things that's on my mind. So I put out an article. You can go on BAWildcard.com, BAWildcard.com, where you can see my article for the top 10 players in the Olympics. And as we talk about the games that happened and what we got for game 2, for day 2, then you'll understand, where my players were, how they did in the opening round, and stuff of that nature. So what I'm gonna go and get into, let's go and get into the games, man. Because before we get into the mock draft stuff like that, I want to go ahead and talk about the Olympics, talk about the importance and where we're going. You had upsets, you had a comeback from behind win, and you had one of the best players in the world dominate from start to finish. So let's start with the first game of the tournament. That was Iran, who hasn't won a game in 70 plus years, people. 70 plus years they have not won an Olympic game. They play the Czech Republic, who has a top 10 player. That is Thomas Satoransky. I got him as my number 9 player going into this tournament. He averaged 16, 9, and 6 in the FIBA 2019. So I feel like he deserved to be on this list. He didn't have a great game. And the Czech Republic still was in control for the most part. And then Iran came back in the fourth, won the fourth quarter by 20 points. And Czech Republic did not cover the 16.5 spread that I told y'all to bet on. That was the only game I got wrong all weekend. First game, and when you think about it, the Czech Republic let off the gas. Yes, Thomas Satoransky didn't have a great game. Yes, but they still won the game 84-78. They're up, one step closer to making, the medal, the round where you can go get a medal, right? So that was Group A. The other two teams in Group A, France and USA. All right, first I want to say this, not the gloat, but I said take France plus 12.5. I told you that on Tuesday. The game ain't happened to Sunday. You had a whole week. You didn't listen to me. And what happened? Not only did France cover the game, they also won. So before I get into France and USA deep dive, let's go through the other games that happened. Germany, Italy. Germany do not have Dennis Schroeder. He did not play. He couldn't get insurance, so he could not come. But Italy, man, Gallinari, Nick Mannion from the Warriors. Gallinari is my number 10 player in my top 10 list. He had a good game, 19 points. So he did what he was supposed to do. He averaged like 18 points in his last few Italy games. So he came and did what as expected. They ended the game on a 12-0 run. I had Italy -6. So as a bet man, I was happy about that. And then of course you had Australia and Nigeria. They came on at 4 a.m. So if you wasn't awake for that, it is what it is. But it was a great game early on. It was a back and forth game. Then big game, Patty Mills, aka Superstar Patty, came to work. 25 points he put in. Australia went on like a crazy run in the I think it was up like 7 points in the third. Ended up winning the game by 17. So Australia bettors like me who hadn't win the gold, they're looking pretty good. And that was Italy, Germany, Australia, Nigeria. That is Group B. So let's finish off Group A, man. Go back to France and USA. I feel like every time I have to come on here, I have to give you guys an understanding so you can get your straightening. Shout out to Migos, shout out Quay, shout out Offset, and like the third Migo I take. So let me get this takeoff right here. You gotta realize, y'all have to realize. So first off, Dame just said oh, these guys play different. Oh, duh, dummy. Where have you been at? Come on, Dame Dollar. You know better than this. But let's be real, okay? We talked about this before. Everything that glitters ain't gold episode. These guys on the USA team is not so. 2008, the Redeem team and 2012 team had LeBron, Kobe, Chris Paul was on there, Melo, and at the time, those players were what? Number 1, number 2 in the world, number 3, number 7, number 10. You had all these top 10 players on one team. Dwight Howard was top 10. Chris Paul was top 10. Like, you had a lot of top 10 players. What do you don't have this time? Top 10 players. You have 2, Kevin Durant and Damian Lillard. I have a big 11. I always go through the big 11. I'm not going through it today. But Kevin Durant and Damian Lillard are in the big 11. The next player you have is Tatum. So those 3 guys made my top 10 list. Tatum was at 6. Dame was at 2. KD was at 3. And number 2, number 3, and number 6 did not play good. They did not play good. They did not. The best player on the USA was Drew Holiday, who just won NBA Finals. Got off the flight and went to work. Put USA back in the driver's seat. Had a chance to win the game, and USA fell up short. Now, my number 8 and my number 7, Gobert and Evan Fournier, outside of USA, has the best duo in the nation, in the Olympics. And they proved it once again. Fournier poured in 28 points. Gobert had I think he had like 13 and 9, but his impact was crazy. The French coach put out Poirier from the Boston Celtics. He brought his big man, I think 29 years old, I forgot his name, but he was out there running the show. And y'all believe he got hurt twice in the game, but he was balling, and they were just too much size for the United States. So here where you need to get an understanding. We don't have the top players. I don't know how many times I got to say this. Your talent has to overwhelm the other country's chemistry. These guys have been playing together for a long time. These guys play in the same leagues, play on the same team for a long time. USA just get a bunch of guys and put them together. Now, we talk about knowing your role. Nobody knew their role. They didn't pass the ball. They just wanted to shoot threes. They wanted to do this and do that, and they didn't get it done. And on top of that, they was winning the game with 3 minutes left in control after Drew Holiday took off. And Evan Fournier hit a big shot. Batum hit a big shot. Yasbali dove on the ground, saving balls. Fournier for 3 again, knocked down again. Rudy Gobert being assertive on the glass, and USA being so undersized, and that was the whole issue there. Now, this was a big loss for USA. Okay, you can say yeah, but let's hear this out. So in their group, well, I talked about 2 teams already, Iran and Czech Republic. USA is waxing Iran. I'm talking about putting them on a show, waxing Iran. Their point right now. I'm recording this on Monday at 8:51, July 26. It is minus 42.5 point favorite. Do I believe that USA will come out here and dominate from open to tip? You're damn right. Why? Iran has nobody. They got Hadid. I can't say his name. He had 15 points in the game. But will he do that again? No. USA is embarrassed. Damian Lillard is embarrassed. Kevin Durant is embarrassed. You saw Devin Booker on the sideline embarrassed. He got 5 losses in a row. He don't even know what winning is right now. They got people calling Pop a terrible coach. And I'm like, yo, let's relax. As a guy who bet against USA to not only for France to win and to cover, but like not even to win gold, which I have Australia to win gold. I pretty much know USA will take care of business. USA will be in the Final Four. USA probably will be in the gold game, the gold medal game to when it's all said and done. Now, what has happened? It opens the box for other teams to get more confident. Australia, Spain, Slovenia, France, Nigeria, just to get more confidence on Team USA. And that was the whole point of the whole thing, right? And you have to find some way to get all that respect back. And do they have what it takes? they're going to, once again, they're going to smack the living shit out of Iran. 40 burger. Like in 10 minutes, 10-minute quarters, they're going to probably win by 40 points. Then they go get Czech Republic, which is a must-win game. A must-win game for USA. They haven't had a must-win game since 2004. A must-win game, and they're going to whop Czech Republic as well. Check those spreads when that come out as well. Guarantee. Charles Barkley, guarantee 2 blowouts. So we're going to wipe all that away. Then you got to realize, okay, well, they're not playing nobody. You're absolutely right. So when they get into the rounds, France, Australia, Slovenia, Argentina, I told you that's the teams that go give them the most struggle. Why? Experience, chemistry, size, and here we are again. So Team USA will be fine. You got to expect Damian Lillard, Kevin Durant to right the ship. They had a bad shooting game. They're going to dominate Iran. They're going to dominate Czech Republic. They're going to go back into the next round, and they're going to be fine in the medal games, and they're going to probably come out on top. I'm not like I got Australia to win gold, but you're talking about Patty Mills having a great elite game. What did Evan Fournier have? An elite game. An elite game he had. So it takes an elite performance from a player. Your starters to also play great because they would turn the ball over. France was very sloppy early, and Gobert had to come back in the game or they was not going to win. So you had to, their best players going to have to play extremely well to be a team that's talented as USA. But like Evan Fournier said, individually they are great, and together they can be beaten as a team, and that's what you saw. I am not worried about USA from a standpoint because these guys don't fit together. This is only going to be one Olympics. They're going to rebuild Team USA. They're going to get it right next time. We're going to have the Zions of the world who will not be stopped and will go to the basket, which Team USA do not want to do. They do not want to go to the basket, but that's what Zion going to do. They're going to have a point guard who's going to distribute the basketball as his primary role. Trae Young, LaMelo Ball, as their primary role. And then you're going to have the elite scorers of the world alongside of those guys. They're going to be fine. Team USA, they needed my number one player who don't get in his bag, Miles Turner. But what did he bring to the table? 7 feet. and that's what Team USA lacks, is being tall, being the biggest guys on the court. They're not going to have that problem against Australia as far as size-wise. They won't have that against Slovenia with Luke over there. The only other team that's pretty big is Spain. The Gasol brothers, of course, and Hernan Gomez's of the world. That's really it. Everybody else, they're not as small because there's no Lithuania, there's no Sabonis and Valanciunas, who just got traded, by the way. There's no Jokic on Serbia. There's no Embiid for Cameroon. So you're fine. There's no Ayton. There's no for Bahamas. There's no Cat for Dominican Republic. So you're fine. There's no Vucevic for his country. Where he's at? Turkey? Not Turkey. I forgot where he's from. But there's no country for him as well. So that's the good thing. So USA, understand everybody. They're going to be fine. They're going to know their roles. They're going to buckle down. These are great players, a great coach in Popovich, great supporting coaches in Steve Kerr. You got Jay Wright, champion. You got a lot of champions on there. They know what to do. This is a young, experienced team as far as Olympics concerned, and I'm pretty sure they'll find a way to win, probably win gold. But I got Australia. I took it early. So I got great value on Australia. Shout out to Patty Mills. Another big game. Let's talk about somebody who had a great big game. That is Luka Don, man. Luka Doncic. Man, come on, bro. 48 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 blocks. My number one player on the list. I told you. Italy had number 10. Czech Republic had number 9. France had 8 and 7. Patty Mills, number 4. Spain had 5. We didn't get to that yet, but that's Ricky Rubio. 6 is Jason Tatum. KD and Dame in the top 3. But number one, that's Luka the Don. Luka Doncic put Slovenia on his back. Their first time in the Olympics since I don't know when. First game against Argentina, who, by the way, is sorry as hell. This Argentina is not the one that won gold in 04. This is not Ginobili. This is not Scola. This is not Nocioni. This is not Oberto. Okay, this is Argentina, Scola, who's 41 years old. But 48 points in 40 minutes of play. You only get 40 minutes total, and he didn't play the whole game. Number one player. He's the number one player internationally. If the NBA players went to international, number one player in the league would be Luka Doncic. It's simple. I'm sorry, Kevin Durant. I'm sorry, LeBron. I'm sorry, Kawhi. I'm sorry, Paul George. I'm sorry, Jokic. I'm sorry, Embiid, Curry, Damian Lillard. It's Luka. That's all it is, and that's all you got. That's all you gotta understand. It was plus 200 before they played to win the group. Spain's the only one that can beat them. Will Spain get them? I don't know. Spain was only favorite 14.5 against Japan. And guess what? Luka Slovenia is favorite 21 points against Japan. Shout out to Rui over there in Japan. But Luka, man, he's just so great. It's hard to realize, like, like how are you gonna stop a guy who can't be stopped? The only team that has it is USA, and that's Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday is the Luka stopper. I want Slovenia to play USA. That's all I care about. If I get that matchup, I want Drew on Luka the whole game. The whole game. And whatever happens, happens. That's all you got anyway. Chris Middleton, maybe. You got to rely on the finals guys to go to work because the rest of the guys can't defend because USA do not build a great team. But this is about Luka. Luka's dominance. He's only, 22? When LeBron goes, it's two guys' leagues. It's Luka and it's Giannis. Two special guys that you can't stop. So I'm going to ride with Luka. I'm going to ride with Giannis as the two best players going to be in the league. Who's going to be the face of the league? And they're international players. That's the key. And you're seeing Luka dominate. You're lucky Giannis was in the finals because Greece would be in here and not I think it was actually Slovenia. Slovenia beat Lithuania. Lithuania to get in. I want to say it was Greece. I mean, it was Czech Republic or it was Italy that beat Greece to get in. So Greece made the finals with Nick Kalaitis. So imagine if y'all was on that team, they would have been in here going to work. But day two, man, make sure y'all check me out on Twitter at Pastor Kevin Kev. Facebook Kevin Mark. Make sure you check it out because I will break down the Tuesday games that will be starting late Tuesday night going into Wednesday. That's Nigeria versus Germany. The loser is done. The loser is done. That's it. USA, Iran. The loser is done. The loser is done. It should not be USA. I got USA by 35 at least. Italy, Australia will be a very interesting game. Australia is favored by 7 points right now. I like Australia. I'm leaning toward Australia. Big game, Patty Mills, superstar Patty is elite from that standpoint. Czech Republic, France, the two first place guys in that group with USA. I'm leaning France to win by 10 points in that game. That is the point spread. But we'll see. Also check out Slovenia versus Japan. Anything Luka I'm taking. And then Spain versus Argentina. Hey, those were the 2 and 3 teams my whole lifetime as far as like great teams. I mean, Spain got 3 medals. Argentina won gold. Spain got, I think, 2 silvers and 1 bronze. So they've been here, man. They've been experienced. Scola's by himself. The Gasol brothers, Ricky Rubio, my guy. His great performance against Japan, who's my top 5 player. It's going to be a great day 2, and it's going to be a great day 3 as we go into the qualifying rounds, the quarterfinals, stuff like that, to get to the finals. So that's going to be great, man. Before we get out of here, I want to talk about the NBA mock draft just a little bit. I know we didn't really get into it like that. With all the the COVID stuff and stuff like that. We didn't really dive into college basketball like we should have. So I did wanted to mention, what's going on. So obviously, Cade Cunningham has been number one prospect for a whole year. I'm probably pretty sure he's going number one. Whoever comes up to that pick will be drafting him. But you got Jalen Green, Evan Mobley, Jalen Suggs, Scotty Barnes. Those guys been around for a while. I want to shout out to some international guys though. Usman Gurabu, he's on Spain. He replaced Ibaka over there. He's a big body. He's 6'8", man. Power forward center. He may go early second round, maybe first round, depending on how his international play goes off. You also got Josh Giddey from Australia. There's a reason why Australia is star-studded. I wish Ben Simmons would play, but that's a different story, different day. But either way, that's something you would wish you could see. But it's gonna be an interesting day. The New Orleans Pelicans and Memphis Grizzlies made a trade. The Grizzlies took on Eric Bledsoe's contract and Steven Adams, and also moved up to 10. And the Pelicans move up to 17. They get Lonzo. They get the money for Lonzo. Now whether they get him or not, that's gonna be interesting to see. I'm not gonna make no predictions about. We're gonna let this draft play out. Me and Rashad are gonna come back into you and tell you about best fits and best places for everybody. Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, Evan Mobley is my top 3 on my board. Depending on what you want, just like last year, you could have LaMelo, Ant-Man, and you had Wiseman. The same thing. Do you take the guard? Do you take do you take the scorer, or do you take the big man? And that's what it's gonna come down to. I like Jalen Green a lot in that G League. Pistons, Rockets, Cleveland, Toronto, your top 4. Feel bad for whoever go to the Cleveland Cavaliers, but hey, whatever. But anyway, man, I just want to get you into that, man. The Olympics is going to be fun. Make sure if you can stay awake, watch it. Shout out to USA women. They going to take care of business in Nigeria. They going to win the gold, as always. So shout out to them as well. Preach with Rashad, man. We out.